Let's take a look at an example in the editor. In this example, we want to ask the user for 3 radius values and then draw 3 circles centered on the canvas with those radii. Because we're not going to know what the radius values are going to be ahead of time, we need to write a code that will be able to work for any value entered. Let's do a bit of planning before we start coding. Let's start with the biggest circle here. The radius of this circle is 100, and we needed to move down 100 to get to the bottom of the circle. For the medium-sized circle, its radius is 50, and we needed to move Tracy down 50 pixels to get to the bottom. And for the smallest circle, its radius is 25, and we needed to move 25 pixels down to the bottom. So we can make the correlation that no matter what the radius is, we need to move Tracy down the same amount as the radius to get to the bottom. In order for this to always work though, before we start drawing the next circle, we need to move Tracy back to the center position. Now let's write this code. Let's write a function that will move Tracy to the correct starting position, have her draw our circle, and then move back to the center. That way we can call this function for all 3 circles we need to draw. We're going to start with def draw circle, and we know that the user is going to be giving us the radius value, and we want to give that into our function as a parameter. So I'll write it in between the parentheses. Now we can start writing the function commands. First I want Tracy to move to the bottom of the circle, so pen up and write 90 so she's facing down, and then move her forward the same amount as my radius. Now I need to turn her back to face the right, so I'll use left 90. Now Tracy's ready to draw my circle. I'll write pen down, circle, radius. Then I want her to head back to the center, so I can use pen up and set position 0, 0. Let's test our function using a function call where we enter a sample radius value. So I'll write draw circle 50 and see if Tracy does that. Perfect. Now instead of us giving the radius value, we want to get it from the user. I need to save their response in a variable, so I'll write first radius equals int input what is the first circle's radius. And let's capitalize that. Now instead of using 50 for my radius, let's use the first radius variable when we call our function. I need to copy and paste both of these things 2 more times so that I can get my 3 circles. So I'm going to copy and paste my call and save them as second radius and third radius, and change this to second and third. I then want to call my function using these different radius values. So instead of first radius, I'll use second radius and third radius. Let's see how that works. 30, 60, 100. Perfect! Now it's your turn to write some Tracy programs of your own using parameters.